Could Bitcoin really hit $5 million per coin, or will quantum computing destroy its scarcity forever? And what happens when governments start fighting to accumulate Bitcoin? Today I'm breaking down the 3 most significant Bitcoin developments that could completely reshape your financial future. Michael Saylor's shocking $5 million Bitcoin prediction, the quantum computing threat to Bitcoin scarcity, how governments are racing to build Bitcoin reserves. You'll also hear insights from Porter Stansberry, one of the most outspoken financial commentators on the debt crisis, speaking on the TFTC podcast about the inevitable restructuring of Treasury debt and what it means for your financial protection. Could the average person be permanently priced out of owning a whole Bitcoin? That's exactly what Michael Saylor is suggesting with his $5 million prediction. I followed Saylor since MicroStrategy made its first Bitcoin purchase. His company has accumulated roughly 10% of Bitcoin's circulating supply. One company owns 1/10 of all available Bitcoin. What makes this prediction noteworthy is Saylor's 3 catalysts: spot Bitcoin ETFs, banks treating Bitcoin as collateral, and new accounting standards making corporate Bitcoin holdings more attractive. When institutions with trillion-dollar portfolios decide they need Bitcoin exposure, they'll discover there simply isn't enough to go around. MicroStrategy's latest $2 billion purchase is just the beginning of this supply crunch. But here's the question that keeps me up at night. What if there's a technological threat to Bitcoin that could undermine its entire scarcity model? Is Bitcoin's cryptography truly unbreakable, or could quantum computing eventually unlock millions of lost coins? Paolo Arduino, Tether's CEO, recently sent shockwaves through the crypto community by suggesting quantum computing might eventually crack Bitcoin's elliptic curve cryptography. This isn't just technical speculation. It strikes at Bitcoin's core value proposition. I've spoken with cryptographers about this scenario for years. If quantum computing advances as some predict, the estimated 3 to 4 million Bitcoin locked in inaccessible wallets, including Satoshi's rumored million coin stash, could suddenly become recoverable. Think about what that means for Bitcoin's scarcity model. The market operates on the assumption that these coins are permanently removed from circulation. A quantum breakthrough could fundamentally alter Bitcoin's effective supply, potentially triggering massive market disruptions. While experts debate the timeline, with estimates ranging from decades away to never happening, it's a reminder that even Bitcoin has technological dependencies that could evolve in unexpected ways. Porter Stansberry, one of the most respected voices on macroeconomic trends, recently shared a sobering analysis on the TFTC podcast. What he revealed about the inevitable restructuring of U.S. Treasury debt explains why so many institutional investors are now treating Bitcoin as essential portfolio insurance. His warning about what happens next could completely change how you view your financial future.
No one's going to come out and say any of this, but it seems very apparent to me that there will need to be a restructuring of the U.S. Treasury debt. I do not think it's plausible that we will ever actually repay 150% of GDP debt. So there'll either have to be financial repression, where we engineer inflation well above interest rates. So we're going to wipe out the middle class, which has already been wiped out since '08, as you know. I mean, I don't know politically how you can survive that.
No.
I think there would actually be a revolution in this country if real wages fell another 50% because we were monetizing $36 trillion in debt. And rich people kept getting richer because the real estate prices keep going higher and asset prices keep going higher. Meanwhile, wages keep going lower. That's kind of what's happened in Canada, by the way. They're at their wits' end. The middle class has just been destroyed the last decade in Canada.
Porter's warning about debt restructuring brings us to a critical question. Will Bitcoin serve as protection during economic turmoil, potentially hitting $700,000, or are we headed for a crash to $70,000? Abra CEO Bill Barheit and former BitMEX CEO Arthur Hayes represent two sides of this debate. Barheit sees a path to $700,000 through accelerating institutional adoption and supply constraints. Hayes warns of a Trump dump scenario where market corrections drag Bitcoin down to $70,000. What's most interesting is how they reflect different interpretations of the same market signals. Bitcoin's recent volatility, swinging from $106,000 down to $94,000, shows these competing forces at work. At 1031, we're constantly evaluating these market dynamics to identify Bitcoin-native businesses positioned to thrive regardless of short-term price action. But there's an even bigger story developing that could make both predictions irrelevant. What happens when governments themselves become the biggest Bitcoin buyers? Everyone knows about Fold. It's the app where you can earn the most Bitcoin rewards for everyday purchases. Fold now lets you double stack rewards with gift cards. Use your credit or debit card to buy gift cards and earn both credit card rewards and sats. Fold gift cards help you grow your stack with every purchase. If you're not shopping with Fold gift cards, you're leaving sats on the table. Get a 20,000 sat welcome bonus. Go sign up now at foldapp.com/Marty. Is the United States positioning itself to become the world's largest Bitcoin holder? President Trump's executive order establishing a U.S. sovereign wealth fund, coupled with states like Pennsylvania, Texas, and Florida exploring Bitcoin reserves, represents a significant shift in government attitudes. After nearly a decade of hostility, we're seeing multiple levels of government treating Bitcoin as a strategic reserve asset. Senator Cynthia Lummis's Bitcoin reserve bill, alongside state-level initiatives, creates a competitive dynamic where governments may race to accumulate Bitcoin. Standard Chartered's prediction of $200,000 to $300,000 doesn't seem far-fetched considering these fundamental shifts. What's particularly fascinating is how Bitcoin mining is being integrated with national energy policy, potentially reshaping both monetary and energy approaches. What's your take on Saylor's $5 million Bitcoin prediction? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one. And if you found these Bitcoin predictions interesting, you'll want to watch my breakdown with Tom Longo, where he explains how Bitcoin and gold complement each other in sovereign reserves. Click the video on your screen now. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more daily content. Thanks for watching. Stay humble. Stack sats.